What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Bass Chico, smooth as ice, twice and ice, and I'm back with another video. Right now, we're about to react to Julius Malema sends shockwaves to the West in this speech. Now, this video gonna be a part 1 and a part 2. So, for part 2, we only need 200 likes. So, I need y'all to smash that like button. We've been going so crazy. We just hit 58,000. We're about to hit 60K, man. So, 200 likes should be light work for y'all. Let's get it.
No white man speaks to me like that. You don't do that. Don't do it. I don't care whether he was my man. No white man speaks to me the way Rupert speaks.
Oh, we're talking about Rupert. Here we go. What did Rupert do this time, man?
The EFF notes the recent attacks on Palestine, a clear demonstration of defiance by the racist, genocidal apartheid Israel and their murderers Benjamin Netanyahu, and undermining of the International Court of Justice that ordered Israel to stop. If the bombardment and genocide of Palestinians continues, we'll be left with no choice but to march to the American embassy, as we no longer have the Israeli embassy in South Africa.
I was just about to say that, bro. They ain't got the Israel embassy. Now they going for the U.S. embassy? Well, that's if they don't, comply. And I ain't gonna lie, look, the U.S. has a thing of putting sanctions on countries to where they tell them, y'all do this or we gonna do this. Y'all do this or we not gonna do this. So other countries could do that too, yeah. Get a taste of y'all own medicine.
Africa. We will march to the American embassy as a sponsor of the war and genocide in Palestine. We are with Palestine, my guy. How we make no apology about that.
He's been standing on business.
Never be on the side of apartheid when we are the victims of apartheid. We refuse Israel, apartheid Israel, to wipe off the earth the Palestinians. Not under our watch.
Talk to them, Jew.
We are nobodies. We are children of the victims of apartheid. With our little influence in our little corner, we shall raise the Palestinian flag unapologetically so.
Hey, you gotta respect Julius for that, because through the last year, 2 years, this is one of the people I've seen that's been constantly been on it and says what side he stands on and why, bro. Regardless whether it's going against the U.S., whether it's going against China, whether it's going against Russia, Julius stood on business.
We don't pretend about this. The ANC pretends because we passed a resolution in parliament that the Israeli embassy must be removed. Why is that embassy still open? They are pretending to be doing something with this public relation ICJ. There is a fresh attack. Now, we must go back to ICJ and say, no, you must implement your judgment. Your judgment must be implemented. That is public relations. Action if you
that boy say they got a good PR team, bro. Y'all just over there doing the public relations. Y'all ain't really doing the groundwork. You feel me?
Close the Israeli embassy.
Close it.
We are being mobilized here by the media and everyone else to concentrate on nonsense of ICJ.
Starting today, anyone can monetize
Big
with
Jew
ads
gets the
as part of
cooking.
the all-new
Bill
Beehive
Jew.
ad network.
Let's close the Israeli embassy as agreed to by parliament. If we are brave and stop acting like we are rushing to a multinational bodies that are toothless. We support that action fully, but we think there is a more impactful action that we can take in support of the people of Palestine, and that is closing of the Israeli embassy. Cyril Ramaphosa and the ANC must stop being pretentious, busy over nothing on the Palestinian question. Let's close the embassy. Parliament has said we must close the embassy.
Let's do it, though. If Parliament has said let's close the embassy, why isn't the ANC putting that into action, bruh? Like, come on, man.
Why should we care about whether there will be retaliation from the West? We are engaged in a struggle against imperialism and colonialism.
Yep.
And we make no apology that we are not friends with the West. It doesn't mean we can't trade with them. We'll trade with them through our own terms. They will not come and impose themselves on us like they are doing with the ANC. We are not part of CODESA. We've never had a facilitation between the Boers and the owners of the means of production here in South Africa and the ANC that was facilitated by Britain and all of that. This democracy came because the Oppenheimers left the country to go and meet the ANC in exile and said to the ANC, we are going to tell the National Party to end apartheid and you are going to come back and govern, and you govern business as usual. Nothing changes. The ANC said yes. We don't have such an agreement.
Yeah, that is wild. That is a wild deal. Talking about y'all gonna govern business as usual after giving what?
With America, with the Oppenheimers. We don't know the Oppenheimers. Now when I saw the Oppenheimers for the first time, was there at Prince Mangosuthu Buthelez's funeral. I was like, this guy is a big guy. Even the Oppenheimers get out of their house to come and bury him. And the way they were so in charge, they were not sitting down in a funeral. They were going up and down. Just
moving around like a waiter at a funeral.
The Oppenheimers themselves, the owners of South Africa. So we have no time for those people. We are going to reclaim our country. We are going to work with the Oppenheimers. We are going to work with Rupert through our own terms. He won't tell us what to do. He's a respected businessman. The Oppenheimers are respected business people. But it can't be business as usual. That's all we're saying. It can't be business as usual. Something has to give. We're not going to be controlled by Rupert here.
I respect it, bro. Julius is saying, look, I'm willing to work with y'all people. Well, the ANC, the EFF is willing to work with y'all, but not how the ANC is working with y'all. We're going to work with y'all, but it's going to be on our terms, or we're going to have to revamp these terms that y'all have so it could be your terms and my terms put together. Because ain't no way in hell y'all going to give us this spot and tell us y'all going to run business as usual. Like, what?
Who speaks to them like little kids? You must go and ask how Rupert speaks to your ministers. You can't try that with me. A white man.
I want to see that.
I
want to see that.
You got money or you don't have. I used to have a white
I want to see that, Julius.
One called Jimmy Contompelitos or something. One day he spoke to me in a bad way in a meeting. I said, you must never try that. He thought I was joking. I stood up. I said, no. No white man speaks to me like that. You don't do that. Don't do it. I don't care whether he was my man. No white man speaks to me the way Rupert speaks.
Yeah, it's some people that's like that. Disrespect.
Ask Mbalula. Mbalula utawubuja. He will tell you. Wala need Mbalula. Rupert ila mo address. Aile golf ngaro way yak ailwen. Where you going? Our address Rupert. If you don't return Pravin, I'm taking my things, I'm leaving. You must try that with the EFF. If you don't do this, I'm taking my things, I'm leaving. Don't have time for that.
No time at all.
China, Russia, we're going to work with them on our own terms. The Chinese don't go around Africa stealing anything from Africans. Your corrupt leaders overcompensate
facts
in exchange for something personal.
Facts. Oh my mama, that's facts, bro. If y'all do y'all research about the mines that was sold in Zambia for $20 million back in the day, and then a few years later, those same mines were bringing in that $20 million annually, bro. Like, is you mumba jumbas dumb or what? And then gonna try to say, oh, China stole the mines. No, they did not steal. Just like Julius said, it's your leaders, your incompetent leaders that will sell you for dirt cheap. That will sell the mines, that will sell the companies. Like, oh Lord. Thank you, Julius. I feel you on that.
That's what happens.
That's facts.
The Chinese don't steal anything.
They don't. They make business
they are in
moves, bro.
business.
It's a business move. You know what I'm saying? And it's up to you to take the deal or to not take the deal. Other people just be so hungry for money or power or whatever it is that they promised, and they take the bad deals.
When the more you give them, the better for them. Why must they say no?
Exactly. Like,
Your
what?
leaders are not negotiating in good faith. They are negotiating
With their
with
stomachs.
their families in mind. That's why they overcompensate. So we have no such a relationship with China. We've got a socialist and developmental relationship with China, and we know that China will help us. Russia is not our friend ideologically. We are with Russia in its fight against Ukraine because we know it's a NATO fight. It's not a Ukraine fight. So that NATO can expand its territory and be closer to Russia and undermine Russia. For that, we'll be with Russia because we can't allow territorial expansion of imperialism and colonialism.
I respect that one. I ain't gonna lie. I never knew that's why Julius was really rocking with Russia and supporting them. But I respect it, bro, because if South Africa or, you know, let's just say Julius and the EFF are gonna stand by and let that happen, who's to say that it can't happen to South Africa in the future in some certain type of way? You know what I'm saying? It's where these people just keep moving in closer, moving until they take over. Like, nah, bro.
But Putin is not left. The government of Russia is not left ideologically. If anything, Putin will be more aligned with the US in terms of policy and ideology, except there are fundamental differences on imperialism, where Russia feels that America wants to control it through expanding the military base of NATO, because the military base of NATO is an American military base.
Facts.
So
that's facts.
That's
American,
context,
buddy.
Not that ideologically we're aligned, but with Vietnam, with Cuba, with China, it's a clear ideological alignment of the left forces, and that's where we belong, and we don't isolate anyone.
So you think you know? Big Jew speaks. You listen, buddy. And he just spoke. I hope you listen, man. Take a thing or two, learn from this. And what you do with that information is up to you.